Today we start the story of Dino Momanovic, the Slovenian man who dreams of winning the Ballon d'Or. His story starts off as he signs his first ever professional contract with Borussia Dortmund in the Bundesliga. And as we have a look at the current Dortmund squad, it is obvious we are not going to get a look in for this season, as they have Brandt and obviously Reina as the two starting attacking midfielders. And this is our profile. We are an attacking midfielder. We are 60 rated at 18. Our stats don't look too impressive, but we are good at ball control and lofted pass. But as the season progresses, it is currently not looking the best for Dortmund this season, as they do sit 9th place, already 15 points off second and 19 points off Bayern at first. So it looks like the title is not going to be coming to Dortmund for this season. He has a meeting with the current Dortmund manager and his agent to discuss his future. It is decided through a handshake that Dino will be leaving on loan. After this meeting, his agent, fellow Slovenian man Victor, is on the phone trying to find him a suitable loan move. He has a few offers that come through. The first one is Swansea City in the English Championship, and another one is Aberdeen from Scotland, and the final offer is from FC Empoli in Serie A. As we briefly look through the current game plans for the three offers, we have Swansea City. They do play two cams, which is excellent, and they do not have any cam coverage on the bench, so they would fit well. With Aberdeen, that isn't the case, as they do not play an attacking midfielder. We can play centre mid, but I would prefer to play at our natural role. And finally, again, it's another fantastic pick, as Empoli play two cams and again do not have the cover needed, so the decision is between Swansea City and Empoli. And the decision has been made. Dino has made the move to Italy, to Serie A, to FC Empoli. It was a tough decision, but the Serie A is a higher level than the Championship, and any games playing in the Serie A at 18 will be beneficial. And as we have joined Empoli, we have a look at their current situation. It's not looking good. They're sitting 19th in relegation by 4 points, and hopefully Dino can help them turn this around. Now, we did have to be patient for our first appearance for the season. We were named on the bench. We had to wait about 3 or 4 games before we got this opportunity, but we did get our opportunity as we got subbed on at the 63rd minute, as the game currently sits level at 1-1. And our first thing we do as a professional is win a foul in a very good position for a free kick. And for some reason, I don't know why, but we are taking this as he steps up, and it's against the wall. It's not the greatest of free kicks, but it could have been much worse. But we come again with another attack here as the ball's played into Dino. He turns and he finishes excellently. He gets his first ever professional goal in 10 minutes of coming off the bench, and he could have potentially given his new club a massive 3 points in their race for survival. But unfortunately, it wasn't meant to be, as it ticks over to the 90th minute. A ball's played in, and it is finished, and it is in, and it is 2-2. And unfortunately, we cannot hold on to all 3 points, as we have to settle for a draw. And after those heroics, we were rewarded with our first ever start in professional football, as we play against Fiorentina in a massive relegation 6-pointer. As you can see, Dino's beautiful face on the starting 11 team sheet here. The number 4, who knows why they gave us the number 4, but it is what it is. But for our first start, it did not start very well, as Moise Kean scored in the 11th minute to give Fiorentina the lead. But we did manage to hit back in the 91st minute, as we get a cheeky little point on the road. But as the season continued, we picked up a massive 3 points here, as we beat Hellas Verona 3-0 in a super comfortable match, which gave us a massive boost in our race for survival, as we still sit 19th, but we're only 2 points in relegation with 8 games remaining. But we managed to back up that massive 3-0 win with another one against big boys Juventus, as we won 1-0 thanks to Fazzini's goal in the 38th minute. We did get a red card later on in the game, but we managed to hold on for all 3 points as we move outside of the relegation zone into 17th with 7 matches to play. Unfortunately, for the next 3 games, the gaffer decided to drop us, which was controversial, as we managed to lose every single one, as we sit in 18th 3 points into relegation, 3 points behind Fiorentina with only 4 matches left. It is going down to the wire. We did get put back onto the bench for this game against AC Milan, but it did not go to plan. Our poor form continued as we suffered a embarrassing 3-0 defeat as they ran rampant in the first half, and this does not help our survival hopes. But luckily for us, Fiorentina also dropped points, so we are still 3 points in relegation, but now we have one less game to turn it around. But in our next match, we managed to pick up a valuable 3 point as Lorenzo Colombo scored this absolutely beautiful goal with a touch of his head into the bottom corner to give us the lead. And then 16 minutes later, Fazzini gives the assist for Ola to score to make it 2-0 to secure our 2-0 victory and some valuable points. But even after this win, it was not enough to move out of relegation, but it was enough to catch Fiorentina as we are now tied for points with 2 other teams. This is going to be incredibly close with 2 games left. With only 2 games left, we played Napoli and we got a valuable point. Obviously, you want to win these games as much as you can, but it is Napoli at the end of the day, so we will take a point, which does move us out of relegation going into the final day. Our survival is in our own hands. This last game is absolutely massive. And for our final match, we played against Parma as the ball was played over top to Dino. Can he get through? He does, and he slots it home beautifully. The number 4 strikes and gives Empoli the lead in a huge match. But unfortunately, the win was not meant to be, as a mistake at the back allowed Parma in the 85th minute to slip through their striker, who scores. And we unfortunately have to settle for a point. And now our survival is no longer in our own hands. And the heartbreak is confirmed as we finish in 18th place. And we have been relegated into Serie B by 1 point. It is heartbreaking stuff. We just held on in that game. We would have been comfortably be playing in the Serie A for next season. But now the season is officially over. This is how we look. 63 rated, only making 9 appearances, but getting 2 goals. Not too bad of a start to our career. Hopefully next season we can get a lot more games under our belt. But just before we head on vacation, we are keeping up with our parent club Dortmund as they finished 7th place in the Bundesliga. Not a good season from them. They ended up losing the semi-final in the Pokal and they lost the final in the Europa League. It has been an unsuccessful season for them. But now our vacation is over and it is time to lock in and hopefully play more than 9 games, which would be good. But again, as expected, we are going out on loan for our 2nd season as a professional because we are nowhere near close enough to starting for Dortmund. Our agent has been hard at work over the summer to try find us some suitable loan moves for this upcoming season. There is 3 clubs who are heavily interested in us. To save myself the embarrassment of pronunciations, these are the 3 clubs that are interested in us. We got 1 from Ligue 2, 1 from the Belgian top flight, and then also from the Turkish Super League. But the club we have agreed to move to is the Belgian club. And again, I'm not pronouncing that because Lord have mercy, I'm not making a fool of myself. They have offered us more game time as we are more well suited for them than the other clubs. Now, this is how they line up. They play a 5-2-2-1, which is quite interesting. And obviously, as you can see, there is 2 slots for us to play in. And he's only 66 rated, one of them. So we are basically better and we will be basically the star player. And they have also gifted us the number 7 on our jersey. Incredible. That's much better than the number 4, I tell you. But before we can make our debut for our new club for this season, we have got an interesting phone call from the Slovenian national team manager, as we have been given our first ever call up to the national team at the age of 19. So hopefully in the very, very near future, we can get our first cap and potentially our first international goal or assist. But enough about that excitement. There is something else to be excited for. First game of the season for our new club, and we are here in the starting 11. I told you to be the star player. You should have listened to me. We are here to impress in Belgium and hopefully have a very good season. So hopefully we can maybe break into the Dortmund team for next year or maybe the year after. I'm being optimistic. But it is time to announce ourselves to our new club. Unfortunately, the game was an absolute warfest and it was 0-0. It's not exactly the ideal start. I was expecting a debut goal. But in our next game, we did manage to record our first win of our season as our number 91 striker, interesting number, scores his first for the season, and we get our first win of the season with hopefully many more to come. But now it is a special moment in Dino's career. He is officially, for the first time in his career, on the bench for his national side, Slovenia, as we have a friendly against Côte d'Ivoire. Throwback. Oh, I don't know if that's correctly said, but it is what it is. We had to wait a long time, but we are coming on in the 73rd minute. The number 19 Dino is on as we currently lead 1-0, and hopefully we can have a big impact. And a big impact we had as Dino plays it across the goal, and our international teammate Benjamin Šeško scores, and within 5 minutes of his international debut, Dino registers his first ever career assist. He has announced himself on the international stage, and hopefully one day in the future, he can lead his nation to the World Cup and maybe win it. But a successful international debut comes to an end. We get an assist and we get a 2-0 victory. But now back to club action, and unfortunately we have lost in the Croaky Cup. Interesting name. We drew the first leg 0-0 at home and lost 3-2 away from home, and unfortunately we are out of the cup. But in our next match, we managed to get our first ever goal for our club as we were slipped through with an absolutely immaculate ball from our number 11, and Dino absolutely dancing on them as we managed to get a 2-0 victory. And we also got our first ever Man of the Match award. Look how beautiful he looks. Doesn't he look like a model? Absolutely excellent. And as the season continues, we are 10 games into the season and we are looking very good. Only one loss so far this season, sitting in 4th, 3 points off the top. We've had a fantastic defense so far. We've only 3 conceded. It's been a very, very good start. But unfortunately, all good things must come to an end as we draw 0-0 here today. But we are 5 games without a win now, with 3 draws and 2 losses in our last 5, which moves us down all the way to 9th place in the table. And unfortunately, the run just doesn't seem to end, as it now extends to 7 matches without a win as we lose 3-1 here today. We took the lead and then bottled it, which is not ideal. But finally, our winless run ended at 7 as Ito ran through 1-on-1 and scored comfortably to give us a lead within 17 minutes, pulling this absolutely incredible pose. We then extended our lead with one of the stupidest goals I've ever seen. I mean, that is just ridiculous. I mean, that's... Keeper, what are you doing? I'm not sure. But we made it 2-0 as it finished 2-0, and we are back to winning ways. But even after that victory, Dino had been dropped to the bench for this game as we only have 1 goal in 19 appearances, as our form hasn't been the greatest. But we did come off the bench to provide the winner with that beautiful pass. It's a fantastic finish as we recorded a 1-0 victory to go back-to-back for victories, which is feeling a lot better than not winning in 7. And we had a massive match against Club Brugge in the race for the top 4 as we sit 3 points behind them, but unfortunately we could not get the victory as Vermont scored for Club Brugge in the 41st minute as they held on to a 1-0 victory, which now puts us 6 points behind Club Brugge in 4th with only 6 games remaining of the regular season. And we managed to get our second assist of the season as we played it into our number 9, who's been excellent this season. He scores again as we get another assist for this season to take the lead within 33 minutes. But he decided one wasn't enough as he does it again. Another fabulous finish from him as we get a 2-0 victory as we now sit 6th, 3 points off top 4 with 3 games remaining. And after a 1-1 draw in our second to last game of the season, we sit 6th, 2 points off 4th with 1 game left. But unfortunately, in the 51st minute, a beautiful free kick from the opposition gave them the lead in a must-win match for us if we wanted to reach the top 4. Heartbreaking stuff as they held on to that 1-0 victory, meaning we could not finish in the top 4, but we will find out whereabouts we finished as this league isn't finished, as we finish in 8th place for this season. Unfortunately, 2 points off 4th place. If we'd won that game, we would have qualified for the top 4, which is unfortunate. But we have qualified for the playoffs, Group B. I have no idea what's going on, but we are here and the season is not over. Now we have to play each team in this group twice, and that's all I know for now. We did manage to get our first ever start for Slovenia as we played a friendly against USA. Unfortunately, nothing happened in the game, but still, we started our first ever international match, and it is a massive milestone on the journey to winning the World Cup. And now back to our club quest for this Group B or whatever. We managed to get an assist, and of course, we assist the number 9 Ferrari yet again. I mean, the assist wasn't all that special, but the finish is bloody good. But our game was not done yet as this long ball played over top. Ferrari flicks it, and it's a tap-in for Dino. And it's a beautiful performance from him. But again, the game isn't over. It's at Dino at the back post, and it's deflected in. He's got 2 goals and an assist. It's a fantastic performance as we win 3-2 in our Group B match. And obviously, we got man of the match. How can you not? That's 2 man of the matches for our career, and we're starting to find some little bit of form here. And straight after this match, our run of fine form continued as Dino has slipped through and he slots it home on the left foot as we recorded a massive 4-0 victory to set us up to be top of the group with 1 game remaining. And in our final match of the season, we comfortably won 1-0, dominated the game, easy 3 points as we top our group for Group B. And you're probably thinking, what does that mean? Like, what's now? Well, the season isn't over. But before we get into the season finale for our club, there's a few things to go through. First of all, we made the team of the season for the Belgian Top Flight League. That is what he does. Dino is here, the starting cam for the team of the season at the age of 19. That is incredible. We also managed to record our 2nd assist for Slovenia as we played in Šeško, and he obviously scores as we won 3-2 in an international friendly match against Chile. But now it is time for our season finale for our club. There is a beautiful looking trophy here. So apparently this is the European playoff final. Don't know what it gives us. I assume Europe, but who knows? But we're playing against Standard Liège in this final, and basically, it's time to win. I mean, it's a final. Dino wins finals. Come on. Come on. Don't be silly. Back the boy. But unfortunately, the start was not what we wanted as a striker turns and shoots and puts it into the bottom corner in off the post within 7 minutes. Standard Liège take the lead as they're sort of stuck on the ad boards trying to celebrate. They're just, I don't know, they're off the cocaine or something. Get them tested, actually. They could be doping. It's not the greatest start, but there's still time to turn it around. And now it is our turn to come forward. 24th minute. He's played through on the left peg, and what a hit! He's given us the equaliser, and it's an absolute beauty from the number 6. And we are alive in this European final, or whatever it's called, and whatever reason it exists. But we are here, we are level, and it is game on. There's a chance at the edge of the area. It's deflected wide. And we just survived after literally just scoring. It would have been painful to concede. But again, they come forward 5 minutes later into the striker again. He twists, he turns. This guy is actually insane. I'm scared of him, literally. He is so good. But now we have a chance to get forward. It's a good pass. It's a chance. It's a good save. Dino with a little bit of footwork. But just before the half, we have another opportunity here. It's a good ball down the line. He plays it in. It's a header at the near post, and it's in. And we take the lead for the first time in the game. And Standard Liège have bottled it. They've absolutely bottled it. We've turned it around just before the half, and now we have 45 minutes plus add-ons or whatever to hold on to win whatever this is. And moving into the second half, 62nd minute here. The man on the wing binks it in. It's a chance. It's a fantastic save from our keeper, our captain. Captain Fantastic. And it's a little bit messy here in the 79th minute. The ball's over top. I don't know what the fullback's doing. He's missed. He's missed. What a fraud. You know, Dino would slot that. That's the difference between you and the GOAT. That is an incredible miss, and that could just be the big opportunity they were waiting for, and they have absolutely wasted it. How has he missed? I don't know. I could score that. But now we have an opportunity, 85th minute to seal it. The ball comes in. Yeah, just park the bus at this point. What is that? But that is it. We have won the playoff or whatever as we celebrate I mean, we don't look overly happy. He looks a little bit upset. But yeah, no trophy lift, so I don't know what we won, to be honest. I don't know if it was a trophy. Yeah. But we won something technically, so that's the first trophy for Dino's career. And now that the season's finally over, God, it just wouldn't end. I was like, what is next? There's always something apparently. But this is how we look. 66 rated, good growth this season, 39 appearances, Lord have mercy. 4 goals, 3 assists, 6.8 average rating. We picked it up at the end of that season, which is fantastic. Also, shout out to the striker Ferrari. I will miss you because you are actually GOATed. 16 goals, top scorer, love it. But again, just before we take off for our vacation, we have to check in on our parent club. Borussia Dortmund finishing 5th. Better than last year, still shit. 2 points off 3rd, which is a shame. But they did win the Pokal as they beat Hertha Berlin in the final, and that is what we are talking about. It's a trophy. But now that is going to be it for this first episode of this player story. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you liked it, you hated it, you know, this is the worst thing you've ever seen. Fair enough if it is. If it wasn't, fair enough as well. This player is a custom player made by someone. There is a form in the description if you do want a chance, if you make your player in the form, to be potentially in a future story. But I hope you all enjoyed. Like, subscribe if you did, and I'll see you boys in part 2.